internet. I haven't even started talking yet. She's pawing at me. She's missed you guys. She really wanted to see you guys. It's been a while. You really missed them, Scarlett? You really missed them, Booger? I know. Okay. All right. Well, Scarlett, you know how we got to do this. You got to go lay down now. Can you go lay down, please? You lay down right there. Just lay down. Good girl. All right. She's a little fired up. It's been a while. She hasn't seen you guys. She's excited like I am. I haven't seen you in a bit, and I miss you guys. So it has been a interesting few days, week or so. A lot of stuff going on. I decided to be a politician. Well, I decided to try to be a politician. So I'm not a politician yet. So you can't call me a politician yet. And I don't know if that means I have to act like a politician, because I'm certainly not going to. But as many of you know, I am running for the California State Senate, District 17. There will be a primary. There's two other dudes, two GOP dudes that'll be up against. Let me go over here and check the chat, see if anything's going on. All right. Hope all you guys are doing well. I would love to hear from you guys. I want to make this a little bit of a not so much different, but I'm going to do a better job monitoring the chat and trying to be interactive with you guys. I would like to hear your feedback on stuff more and chat with you guys. So I'm going to be doing more Twitter spaces, X spaces, whatever you want to call them. I might start calling it Twitter again, because the whole X thing is getting annoying. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming. I'll be talking about it in more detail next week, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing this full time now. So the campaign stuff and this is going to be what I do now. And I'm going to try to do a stream every night and see how this goes. And yeah, this will be what I do now. So I'll be talking about that more as we move forward. But yeah, I had to collect signatures this week. Sat out at West Cliff Drive. Didn't get nearly as many signatures as I would have hoped. But I got to meet some really cool people, really interesting people. People from all over the political spectrum that seem to be fed up with everything that's going on. And I had a lot of really good conversations. I spoke very bluntly about how I feel about things and where my stances are on things. And some people disagreed, but it didn't get hostile. So, there might be hope, folks. And the people at the county clerk's office were extremely nice, super helpful. All 3 times I went there, and they even emailed me, responded to my emails. It's weird. I wasn't expecting it. I'm almost upset. So, all right, let's get into some stuff. Let's start off all lighthearted, shall we? Let's just go. Let's just start at the beginning of the day today, because there's a whole bunch of stuff to get into. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's check out. Let's just see what's going on there. Terry Wallace, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in so long. All right, you watched my OAN interview. Oh yeah, that's you guys haven't had a chance. I was on OAN last week with the wonderful Monica Rodriguez, and that was a nice little interview. I did Spaces last week as well with a whole bunch of different people. But yeah, I'll be doing more as we move forward too. So should be fun, folks. And I would love to hear your feedback on topics. If you think I'm saying stupid stuff, if you think I'm off base, let me know. I would love to hear about it. Sorry, Scarlett's giving herself a manicure, apparently. All right, let's get into some stuff. Let's see what's going on, shall we? All right. Earlier today, let me just go to my page here. All right, yeah, so we'll just start off with the things I've shared today. So you guys hear about this? I mean, I'm legitimately disappointed about this. It's like, I feel like part of my childhood has died, and it makes me sad for future children that they're not going to get to experience this. You guys hear they're going to make the new bubble wrap? It's not going to pop. It's not going to pop when you squeeze the bubbles. You're not going to be able to stomp on the bubble wrap anymore and make it pop like you did when you were kids. Just sad, folks. All right, this what is this one? Oh, yeah, just lots of theft. But people are stopping it now. Yeah, this guy tried to run out and somebody actually stopped
Like working in San Francisco.
him. There's just a bunch of different people stealing. I fell this morning on my run. Got a skinned knee. Just thought I'd show you guys. I thought that was funny. Schmiggly blonde. So you guys see this? So this is one of the oldest. This is one of the biggest wood structures, I believe, in the world. Biggest wood structures ever built over there in Orange County, and it's just this giant hangar. It was built for World War II, for big giant blimps and stuff. And yeah, up in flames. It looks like they put it out and it only took out a section, but I mean that's going to be some major repairs to get this done. It's a historic landmark, so that is highly unfortunate. I don't want to get into the Israel Palestine stuff already, but I mean, Dr. Eli David reported that breaking the AP, CNN, the New York Times, and Reuters all had journalists embedded with Hamas terrorists on October 7th massacre. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. If they were embedded with the terrorists, I mean, that meant that they would have had to set that up ahead of time, which meant that they would have had to have known that an attack was going to take place ahead of time. Scarlett, stop this. Stop that. Sorry, my dog's chewing on her foot. It's bothering me. So that implies a whole bunch of things, if that's true. Dr. Eli David reporting that the AP, CNN, New York Times, and Reuters had journalists embedded with Hamas terrorists on October 6th. This is what he's reporting. So I don't know. Take everything on the internet with a grain of salt, but that is what he is reporting. He says read more at honestreporting.com. All right, let's read it. Okay. This website seems to be interesting. All right, you know what? No, I'm not going to this website. All right, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. So Konstantin Kisin says this can't be true, surely. But with a question mark, but that almost sounds like sarcastic. So yeah, so Konstantin Kisin is one of the people that I love listening to speak about all sorts of different things. That is just a very highly informed and well-reasoned man. So yeah, if this is true, if the AP, if there was journalists embedded within Hamas during the attacks, that meant they knew the attacks were going to happen, right? The journalists knew. If the journalists knew, Israel knew. I've been saying it from the beginning. Like, should we be asking the question if it was allowed to have happened? It's just, I don't. This is okay. So yeah, that's being reported by Dr. Eli David. There was a gnarly End Wokeness was reporting out in Bates, Texas. Human smuggler with a van full of illegals crashed into SUV while running from the police. 8 are dead, including innocent American citizens. So he reports that. This is a crazy car chase. I'm not even going to show that, but that was gnarly. So this is probably, in my opinion, the biggest story of the day. So you know what's going on with all these Stop Oil people right now. And I don't think this was the Stop Oil people. It might have been, but it was protesters stopping a street in Panama. And this old timer here comes up and here they I don't think I can show it because it's on you because we're going on YouTube right now, but I can. This one is edited, so I can show it. So no audio, but old timer comes up. He's arguing with them. He's got a gun. He's got a pistol. Sorry. So he's arguing with them. So okay, he reaches into his pocket. Now he pulls out. Looks like a Glock. Terrible trigger discipline. He's got his finger on the trigger. And he's waving it around like terrible trigger discipline. First of all, and he shot that guy. and he shot that guy. And apparently both these guys died. So that's double murder. You know, a lot of people are cheering for this. A lot of people are saying like, well, people are fed up. This is what you get, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I can't, I'm not going to cheer for anybody to be murdered, but yeah, you guys stopping the road. I mean, I don't know how you're expecting people to just deal with this and not start doing things like this. Like, yeah, so that happened out in Panama. Crazy. Dude just murders 2 people. All right. Yeah. Freaking crazy. All right. You know, here, let me pop out the Rumble chat really quick. Doesn't really work, does it? Scarlett, stop. Jeez. Dog's eating her foot. She won't stop. I apologize. Well, I really screwed that up, didn't I? Okay, there we go. You know what? Sorry, folks. I'm messing with my desktop here. Okay, there we go. I want to be able to monitor the chat better with you guys. I have not been good with it. So if you guys are out there, I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. Let's talk about stuff. Okay, let's see. All right. I think that's enough from the Panama story. Wait a minute. Damn it. Was I not even sharing that with you guys? Okay. If I didn't even share that video with you guys, that's darn annoying. But yeah, gentleman down in Panama, old guy walks up, shoots 2 people in the street because they won't leave the street and murders them. 77-year-old man, and yeah, that happened. Okay. So anything else from my feed that I want to share? I don't think so. Actually, yeah, there's this border story I want to share with you guys. So this just popped up. It just came out like within the last hour. So this lady's reporting that the FBI has been coming to her house because she's been reporting on stuff that's happening at the border. And she's saying the FBI is coming to her house. And Jabo, what up, man? Finally. Nice to see you in the chat, dude. All right. It's one of my real life friends, guys. Say hi to Jabo. You're over on YouTube though, so that's all good. It's all good. I wish there was a way to like join all the chats together. If that was I don't know if there's a way somebody could do that, but if there's a way, yeah, somebody could join all of the chats from all the different platforms together, that would be a hit. People would love that. Yeah, so this crap is kind of crazy. So hold on really quick here. There we go. So this lady, yeah, just listen to her story. This lady's reporting that the FBI is repeatedly coming to her house because of her reporting on the border and yeah, basically harassing her. So let's listen to what she
never give them a source which would compromise and possibly place my name. My name is Sarah Fields. I'm a Texas activist, a constitutional government advocate here in Texas. I work in legislation. I'm also an investigative journalist for the Publica. What is happening to me and my family as Americans on American?
Okay, so she's with ProPublica as well. So investigative journalist. She's legit journalist and she's reporting on the border. So let her continue explaining.
Soil is not okay. A few weeks ago, the FBI showed up at my door. They did not want information about the stories that I share. They did not want further information or details about the information that I've shared about the border with boots on the ground experience. They wanted me to out my sources. After the first time they came to visit me.
At this point, you guys, if the feds show up at your door, it's, do you have a warrant? Am I being detained? No. Have a good day. Don't talk to him. Don't say a freaking word. I mean, if you want to be saucy and try to get some information out of them, that's on you guys. But yeah, if they don't have a warrant for your arrest or a search warrant for your home, you have no reason to talk to them, and they are not there to help you. I guarantee you that. If the feds show up at your door, it's not because they're there to help you guys. So do not say a word to them. Everything they say that you say, they will manipulate and use against you. This shit is getting out of control. It already is. This shit is way out of control. The weaponization of the Department of Justice, specifically the FBI, now against citizens, like after the J6ers, it's just, they've opened Pandora's box. They're going after whoever is a dissenter now. Like, it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. If you speak out against the cathedral, against the machine, they're going to come after your ass.
I wasn't here. They then called me on my cell phone later on that day. We didn't give them my cell phone number.
Imagine this shit pops up on your screen. You get a call, and also you get a bunch of you look down, you got 4 missed calls, and it says U.S. government FBI. U.S. government FBI. What? Imagine you get a missed call and it says U.S. government FBI. I would think it's a joke. It wasn't.
Cell phone number. And wanted further information about a specific story that I shared about.
So they text her. Sarah, this is Special Agent Dickface with the FBI, with FBI Tyler. Please give me a call back. I would like to work out a time to meet. And he gives his desk and his cell phone number.
About a few weeks ago, about a Hamas training camp across the border from Brownsville, Texas. I told them that I would never.
Okay, so she's reporting about a Hamas training camp across the border from Texas, from, what'd you say, Brownsville? Let's go back.
Texas. I told them that I would never cross the border from Brownsville, Texas.
Sorry.
About a few weeks ago, about a Hamas training camp across the border from Brownsville, Texas.
Okay, so a Hamas training camp across the border from Brownsville, Texas. She's reporting on this. And then the FBI shows up and starts harassing her and asking her what her sources are.
Told them that I would never give them a source which would compromise and possibly place my source in danger, but that they were welcome to look up a conference that was held in 2021 where this exact thing was actually discussed. They then told me that they were uncomfortable talking about this on the phone and wanted to meet me in private. When is the FBI uncomfortable talking about something on the phone? Aren't we usually the ones who are uncomfortable because we think the FBI is listening? Needless to say, I did not go to their private meeting, and they have harassed my family ever since. They have showed up at my doorstep several times. They have called me. They have texted me, and I will not respond, and I will not speak to them.
So just try to like put yourself in her shoes for a minute. I mean, just getting a call from the FBI, just anything from the FBI is like, oh God, they're looking at me. They're watching me, you know, and now she's saying they're harassing her family. I mean, she must be over the target for something.
I've been to the border multiple times since 2021. I have shared stories about women who are having their pregnant bellies cut open and babies left lying on the ground and drugs being stuffed in their bellies and then sewn back up. Stories about portable ultrasound machines owned by the cartel, checking for women who are pregnant because then they are more valuable in a trafficking situation. And then recently, the story about the Hamas training camp where young men dressed in dark clothing were crossing over the river in the middle of the night to conduct training illegally here in the States and then heading back over the river to the camp once they were finished. That camp has now been moved to a different location or has been shut down altogether as of late 2021 or early 2022. But my source is never wrong, and my source is the one who provided me with that information. I would never provide a source to anyone, let alone a 3-letter agency that has been known to be weaponized against the right especially in the last 3 years. Not only would I place my source in danger and compromise their position as far as their availability to be able to report from where they are, I would also lose the trust of the American people as a journalist. I would lose all integrity. I would also be playing the part in possibly silencing someone that is just trying to reveal the truth. I will never reveal a source to an alphabet agency that has no interest in protecting the constitutional rights of the American people. I'd rather you just put me in jail first.
So that's a trip. Not surprising, but that's happening. Well, I mean, that's what she's reporting, and I don't have any reason to doubt her. I went to follow her, and I already follow her. So this is Sarah is.
My name is Sarah Fields. I'm a Texas
Yeah. So at Sarah Sarah is, so it almost looks like it says Sarah his censored, but it's just Sarah spelled with the H at the end. Sarah is censored. Give her a follow over on Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter again, guys. Give her a follow on Twitter. She's with ProPublica, and yeah, she's reporting that the FBI is harassing her because of her reporting on the border. Interesting. All right, so enough of that. Let's get over to some California stuff. Plenty going on. Plenty shenanigans going on over here to talk about. And we're going to go up to, I should be talking about stuff south of San Francisco and all the way down to San Luis Obispo, which this show will be starting to focus a lot more on. It'll be local stories, a lot more on, local stuff from District 17, California State Senate District 17, just stuff that's going on in there. It's nice when I start like just digging around, looking for stuff in specific spots. I always come across really interesting stuff, and yeah, so it might make the show more interesting. So we'll start next week. It's gonna get wild around here. It's gonna get very busy. My life is going to get very, very busy. Yeah. All right, let's talk about some San Francisco stuff, shall we? What do we got going on over there? Plenty of things to catch up on. We're not going to be able to catch up on all the stuff going on because just it's California. There's always something crazy going on. So I'm not going to talk about everything that I have bookmarked over here, but yeah, this happened a couple days ago. The electric Google bus. This is from World Peace Movement. This is a good little piece of reporting here. Yeah. So the all-electric Google bus lost power, and I guess the braking system stops working on these electrical buses when they lose power. Like, really? Because it rolled down the hill and took out like 9 cars. Look at this. Pretty funny. So I don't imagine they would. There's no way they would engineer an all-electric vehicle that if it loses power, it would lose brakes. Like, yeah. So okay, yeah, it took out 9 vehicles. It's freaking crazy. Just more videos of people zonked out on fentanyl. Okay, so yeah, this is from the San Francisco Standard. The San Francisco Standard is reporting that former foster youth in San Francisco get $1,200 monthly income in pilot programs. So San Francisco will provide 150 former foster youth guaranteed incomes of $1,200 a month under a state-funded private pilot program. So they're really launching this. I read this article. I'm not going to read it right now, but these 150 individuals will get, and there's no like mandatory drug testing. There's no requirements attached to this money. It's already been assigned to these individuals. They're getting the money. So it's a universal basic income type thing that they're doing in San Francisco, because all of their progressive policies have worked so well so far. They decided to implement a universal basic income. So quite interesting. they're not really exactly working with a surplus of money here. They don't have a money printer like the Federal Reserve does. So I don't know what their plan is here. Okay. I got to read you guys this thread because this is just like copium to the max right here. This is San Francisco resident copium to the max that can't understand how this is all his fault. Where the heck is the rest of his? Oh, okay. That's weird. I feel like he's already commented on it. All right. So first of all, so he wrote a 1 of 6 thread because he doesn't want to pay $11 to be able to write full length threads. So he writes, like many San Francisco parents, my wife and I have begun the grueling process of finding a school for our 4-year-old daughter. Both my wife and I are fundamentally believe in public education. We do not want our kids to get a leg up because their parents have been fortunate to succeed in life. All right. As a dude that grew up in the hood with a poor dad that was raised in a 2-bedroom duplex with my sister, me, and my dad slept on a pull-out couch so me and my sister could have our own room. Somebody that grew up poor as hell in the hood, why? Like, my dad would have absolutely put me in private school if he could have. Like, absolutely. If you can afford to put your kid in private school, I mean, especially if you can hand pick a private school, why would you not? Like, you're out of your freaking mind. This drives me crazy. This is such like it's this white privilege guilt stuff that's going on. Since I'm privileged, I don't want my kid to be dude. Everybody starts at different points in life. Give your kid, if you can give your kid an advantage, give your kid a freaking advantage. Are you out of your mind? Both my wife and I are fundamentally believe in public education. That's your first problem. We do not want our kids to get a leg up because their parents have been fortunate to succeed in life. Fortunate, okay. I'm sure there's a little bit of fortune in there too. But are you telling me, Frank, that you didn't work your ass off to get what you got? You telling me it was all luck? It was just handed to you? I imagine that you did some smart things along the way to get the wealth that you have. It's just copium to the max. Why can't people be like, hey, I did good, and now I'm going to put my children in a position to have a better starting position than I had in life? He continues, yesterday we visited McKinley Elementary, SFUSD, great facilities, amazing library, good presentation, all good until we took a deeper look into their mission, vision, and beliefs, which are horrifying, straight out of the woke playbook. Okay, it seems like, all right, to me, this is like the guy with the Gadsden flag on his car, but he also has the thin blue lines sticker on his car. It's like, you seem confused here, sir. You don't want to put your kid in private school because you don't want to give them some advantage. Like, that's a woke ideology right there. And then you talk about how something's right out of the woke playbook. I don't get it. Okay. So let's take a look at what he's referring to here. So what makes us unique? McKinley Elementary celebrates our devotion to community and diversity, whether that means learning about a new culture or celebrating each other's differences. The school vision. We strive to break historic cycles of bias and interrupt institutionalized racism in American education. School vision. Okay, this doesn't say anything about it. We strive to teach your children how to think critically and tackle the world and the challenges that await ahead of them. There, fixed it for you. What is wrong with you guys? Okay, so that's their vision. What is their mission? McKinley centers on BIPOC voices. BIPOC. To me, BIPOC is like the Latinx, the Latinxes. Like, what is with these phrases? What is it? What does BIPOC stand for again? It's Black Indigenous People of Color. BIPOC. We used to say Black people. Like, Native Americans. Okay. McKinley centers BIPOC voices to ensure an inclusive, trusting, and joyful learning community that eliminates inequitable patterns of student access and outcomes so that students reach their full potential. Really? Sounds like a bunch of commie gobbledygook to me. Beliefs and actions. The success of our students is our individual and collective responsibility. Staff, family, and students will disrupt and eliminate racist and classist policies and practice that are barriers to student success and family engagement. Let me remind you guys, this is a school in San Francisco. This isn't a school in, you know what, I'm not going to name a city because I don't want to insinuate that some town or city is super racist. So I'm just going to, let's just pretend like this isn't a school in some super racist town. This is California, first of all, and San Francisco, the most inclusive and diverse place on earth. It used to be that way. It's what I don't think it ever was that way. It's what they always claimed it to be. But let's continue. Okay, sorry. Teach that racism is endemic in our society, in our systems, and it is our. Let me read this again. Teach that racism is endemic in our society and our systems, and it is our responsibility to be actively anti-racist, with no period at the end. Like, their punctuation is bad in this. Their sentence structure is bad in this. Yeah, don't send your kid to McKinley Elementary. These people are awful. Okay, we're not even done, guys. Build trusting relationships in our community through engagement, honesty, and learning other perspectives. Shift our instructional and school-wide practices to mitigate the impact of any external factors on achievement. Okay, yeah, this is a horror story. Okay, so I would be horrified by reading that as well. I absolutely would be. Let's see what else he has to say about it. So much is wrong about this pamphlet. What does it mean to center BIPOC voices? Shouldn't a school's mission be to encourage all voices? Why are non-BIPOC voices be off center? Is this even English? No, it's not. No, BIPOC is not. It's a made up thing, and you're helping perpetuate their nonsense by actually saying it and taking it seriously. So he continues, why should the mission be to just eliminate inequities? Every kid deserves to achieve their potential regardless of their walk of life. Yeah, so put your kid in private school because you can afford it, asshole. Why does a 5-year-old need to... I shouldn't call him an asshole. You know what? He's probably a very nice fellow. He's just confused with all the stuff that's going on. So I apologize, Frank. I don't think you're an asshole. You're probably very nice. Okay. All right. Why should the mission be to just eliminate inequities? Every kid deserves to achieve their potential regardless of their walk of life. Why does a 5-year-old need to be turned into a social justice warrior? How can a 5-year-old digest this information without basic critical thinking? Critical thinking. That's the key word right there, isn't it, Frank? Yep. Critical thinking. That's what you're looking for. You want your kid to be armed with critical thinking skills so he can tackle the world. Okay. More importantly, what the heck happened to the just teaching kids English, math, science, and all other frameworks that are necessary for kids to understand the world and form their own opinions? Bingo, Frank! There you go. You're getting there. You are, you know what? I think we're on the same wavelength here, Frank. We'll tour a few more schools. If you have any suggestions of the San Francisco Unified School District, schools that are a little more centered, please feel free to DM me. Hopefully I won't get messages saying move to Marin. I love SF and hope my kids can go to school here where they were born. Frank, you're not going to be able to find, I don't think, a single school in SF, even a private school, even a private religious school, that doesn't have this nonsense going on. I really don't. It's okay. Says apologies for the typos. This was straight from the heart. I read a lot of comments stating not wanting your kids to get a leg up is woke. Yeah, it is. I can see why one would reach that conclusion, but that's not what I meant by my post. For us, it's about teaching our kids to earn their way in life. It's about merit, the opposite of woke. Well, dude, if you had a like good public school to choose from, you know, like I feel like there was actually good public schools when I was a kid. I actually feel like I don't went to that terrible of a public school. I had some really good teachers that taught me some really important things that armed me with critical thinking skills. And yeah, so I mean, I would get your logic if this wasn't just hasn't infected the entire public education system in California, probably. I mean, no, that's not true. It's not true. I mean, this coaching experience that I just had has really changed my perspective of what schools are like in California, because I mean, the whole wokety woke crap was not highly present in my experience from coaching this last season. I mean, I didn't talk politics at all with anybody. I don't want to. I don't want to talk politics when I'm out running. I don't even want to be involved in politics. I really don't. The only reason I started going down all these rabbit holes because I just like, all right, I need to know what's going on. This person's telling me this is going on, and then this person's telling me that's going on, and I don't know what's happening because I can't tell. So way back in like 2015 is when I started just going down rabbit holes. Now I know more stuff, but I never wanted to. I never wanted to know about politics. I never wanted to know about economics. I never wanted to know about any of this crap. I never wanted to know about foreign policy. I didn't want to know about any of this crap. But it all just started becoming so pervasive in all of our lives that I felt like I had to figure it out. So I don't talk about it when I'm out doing fun stuff like running on the trails or coaching kids like cross country. And, you know, even when I'm with the other coaches, I don't want to talk politics. So I don't. And the whole vibe I was getting from everybody, coaches out there, I mean, maybe it's also these are cross country kids. So they're, you know, showing up to go run and put in hard work. So it says a certain amount about that type of, you know, like mental framework that you're willing to go out and do that type of thing. But these kids weren't like wokety woke, use my proper pronouns kids. They were just kids. They were really good kids. They all, like, for the most part, all of them, every single one of them was a really good kid. Some of them have some issues. But yeah, the wokeness thing was not an issue whatsoever with any of them. Not a single one of the parents. I had issues that you'd have with parents that are like just one from another school, freaking jerk. But one of my kids was kind of an asshole too. So anyway, I wasn't getting this whole thing. Like San Francisco's its own planet too. So I don't know. There might be hope in the California public education system. Again, though, the school that I was coaching at is a school up in the Redwood Forest. So, you know, it is mountain folk. It's a little different. So we're a little different up here. I think, yeah, we're definitely up in the mountains here. We're definitely a little more based than the Flatlanders down there in Santa Cruz. So, okay, that's enough. That's enough of Frank. It's just, yeah, Frank, you seem a little confused. Like, that sort of thinking, I don't want my kid to have a leg up in life. It's like, you didn't phrase it incorrectly. I mean, I'd be willing. Frank sounds like a smart guy. I bet Frank is rethinking his whole position on this. I bet the internet is making him rethink his whole position on whether his kid should have a leg up. Why would you want to shove your kid into a class? Your kid's probably smart, Frank. You probably taught your kid a lot of stuff, like from an early age, how to read, like things that parents do, like smart. Your kid, put your kid in a private school, Frank. If you can afford it, put your kid in a private school, Frank. A good one, like not a wokety woke one. All right, enough railing on Frank. I'm sorry, Frank. That you triggered me with that whole thing. So the China's coming to town, as you guys know, San Francisco. China's coming to town to meet with old Gavin and Biden. And Gavin was just in China meeting with Xi Jinping. He was just in Israel before that. Now China's coming to San Francisco, and so is Biden. They're all going to meet. I think the filing deadline is December 8th. I'm pretty sure that's the filing deadline. If somebody else wants to run for president, it would be pretty suspicious. Why would they be meeting in person? I mean, there's some stuff that they can only talk about in person because the conversation can't be intercepted by anybody. My tinfoil brain. It'd be pretty interesting if after this meeting of Biden, Gavin, and Xi Jinping, that it's at the end of November. The filing deadline is December 8th. A lot of people already think that the Biden administration is compromised by China because of all of the stuff we learned from the Hunter Biden laptop. Remember how Hunter Biden was shaking down that CCP member about the money? Pay us that money or we're going to slap you. Like, remember all that? This is completely a conspiracy theory of mine, but is it so far-fetched to think that Xi Jinping is actually telling Biden what to do? I don't know. Yeah, it's probably pretty far-fetched to think that. Probably a crazy conspiracy of mine. It's pretty weird, though, that he's coming to San Francisco. So anyway, ahead of this all happening, there's a bunch of reporting in in Chinese newspapers that are just calling it a ghost town, saying that it's I'll just read some of it. It's I won't be sharing it on screen with you guys, but yeah, China's talking a lot of crap about San Francisco. So frequent high-profile crimes have viral shoplifting videos from San Francisco have done more than provide ample fodder for American commentators. They've begun to seriously harm the city's international reputations as well. Sorry, this is from the San Francisco Standard. This is written by Han Lee, and this is on November 3rd. As the city gets ready to host the Asia Pacific Economics Corporation Summit and Chinese President Xi Jinping in only 10 days, reports bashing San Francisco are easy to find in the online Chinese-speaking world. It's not just the comments section either. In many cases, the stories themselves spare no criticism. Ghost town San Francisco to have major blood exchange transfusion as APEC will bring the safest week in history to the city. Yeah, so this is what they do too. They always just clean it. Like, the city will they'll all around where this stuff's going to happen, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 blocks, a radius around where people are coming in, they're going to make San Francisco spotless. It's going to look like it did, but it's going to look cleaner than it did in 2018. It's going to look beautiful. They're going to shove everybody out of there, and that's what they do. China just talking tons of crap about San Francisco ahead of Xi Jinping's visit. Okay. A lot of protesting in San Francisco about calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. A lot of that going on. Apparently, the feds are cracking down on fentanyl dealers. I'll believe it when I see it. And then I think I talked about it last episode. I should have. I believe I did. But did you guys hear about there's boat fires out in the marina? We got Bay Area pirates. Do you guys know that? There's like legitimate pirate wars going on out in the San Francisco Bay. No joke. Look into it. Stuff's crazy. I don't know if that's what these fires were from, but it sure looks like it just from the picture that's happened. It's 2 boats super far apart, and their boats just being burned to the ground. So yeah, people have been going on to houseboats in the middle of the night and robbing people. Freaking pirates in the Bay Area. Shit is insane. Like, would you ever think that we'd have pirates in the Bay Area? Like, what is going on? Shit is crazy right now. Shit is crazy, folks. It's JJ Smith reporting. So he's saying at the beginning of the month, he's saying that there's tons of ODs because everybody gets their check from the city, and then they get their government issued checks, and then everybody goes out and buys fentanyl, and you get tons of overdoses because of that. Like, think about that. It's the city gives people the needles. They give people the foil. They give people the meth pipes, and then they give people money And the fentanyl dealers are right there that they haven't been prosecuting, that just deal openly, and they allow people to do open air drug use on the streets. This is the government there's aside from walking up to people like government, the only way the government of San Francisco could do more. Sorry, let me start over here. The only way the government of San Francisco could do more to contribute to fentanyl use is if government employees personally walked down the streets of San Francisco and handed people free fentanyl, because that's the only thing that they're not doing. They're providing them with needles, providing them with meth pipes, providing them with foil, and then they give them government checks, have fentanyl dealers on the corner that they go buy it from, then they allow them to do it on the streets and then be super messed up and just passed out on the streets. The government is creating this problem hands down. Like there's sure, there were people doing fentanyl before, but everything I just listed has created an absolute crisis, epidemic, fentanyl genocide, and it cannot be ignored. And beginning of the month, everybody ODs on the beginning of the month. Direct correlation with government checks. This is insane. It's freaking insane that people aren't calling this out more. Like, it happens here in Santa Cruz too. It's just on a much smaller scale, but the Santa Cruz homeless situation is out of control too. It's in some regards, it's almost worse because you get a lot of people up against the river and just disgusting conditions because people are in like super muddy and swampy areas. Coming into winter like this, it gets bad. It gets nasty out there. And they pollute the crap out of the river. It's just awful. Okay, yeah, I talked about that one last show. So, all right, that's enough about San Francisco. Let's hop over to Oakland. Actually, you know what? Oh, I forgot. I did my show differently last time. Let's hop over to Oakland. This might be a freaking easier way to do it. I should just do it this way from now on. So Dion, I don't know if it's, yeah, I think it's Dion, not Dion. Dylon. Remember Dylon? Chappelle Show. Spit hot fire. Sorry. I've seen a lot of break-ins, but this one blew my mind. Watch this Oakland gas station employee jump when the backhoe bursts through the window and digs at the ATM. So yeah, this freaking dude took a backhoe to a gas station. Like, think about how much time you would need to do what this guy's doing. This is how crazy Oakland's gotten. This is how brazen people got. So dude's just sitting there at the counter on his phone. Look at this. Homie's just chilling on his phone, and the dude with the backhoe knows what he's going for. He's going for this ATM. Check this out. This is crazy. What? It looks like a city truck. Like, what? This is just insane. It's insane. It's freaking insane. Oakland is another planet. Oakland is the Wild West right now. Come on. Sorry. All right. This wasn't in Oakland. But, oh my God. Are you for real? All right, this wasn't in Oakland. This was over in Vallejo. Resident shoots and kills broad daylight intruder at his home near Georgia and Monterey. So, yeah, dude breaks into his house in the middle of the day. People say this dude's like, he's been sort of known in the community, known in the neighborhood. He wanders around and acts crazy. But, yeah, I guess he burst into the dude's home and dude shot him. Dude lit him up and he's dead. And California has castle doctrine. Somebody bursts through your door unwanted and you shoot them, yeah, like California, believe it or not, is a stand your ground state. It's one of those things that's surprising, but it's, yeah. So well, I don't know. We'll see what happened with that. So look at this. This is Oakland. This is broad daylight in the middle of the day. I don't know what intersection it is. This is it just says in the middle of the street. I don't know what intersection. Look at this. Like, this is insane. Middle of the day.
Oakland, California, donde la vida no vale nada. Oakland, California, donde la vida no vale nada, donde la ciudad nos tiene abandonado.
Oakland is another planet. This is the shit they do. Oh yeah, then look at this. This dude. This is the shit. Like, I tried to avoid 880 through Oakland. This isn't even 880. This is like 580. This is up in the hills more. Look at this dude hanging out the window. Like, Oakland is the Wild West. Broad daylight. The shit people are doing in broad daylight is insane in Oakland. Out of control. Freaking wild. Okay, let's continue with Oakland. What more madness do we got? Oh, okay. You know what? This is my boy Seneca. Listen to him. He was on fire here. All right, listen to this little speech he gave. This is just him. So this Seneca is sick of the left and right labels. He is taking on what he calls the phony woke politicians in Oakland to address homelessness and the rise in crime. So yeah, listen to this little freaking I don't know if you want to call it a speech, but he was on fire here. Just listen to him talk. This is Seneca's awesome. He came on my show once. He's just a great dude.
If you solve homelessness, how many people lose jobs? You have a homeless industrial complex paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't want the problem solved. They don't want to solve. They're enabling it. We have elected officials who have nonprofits they founded who parachute in white homeless activists who go to black homeless encampments to tell them not to take services, which is their right to have a lifestyle choice to do fentanyl, which is the exact words they use. Some of these people died very shortly after refusing to help. One of them was in Fitzgerald Park on Valentine's Day of this year. That week, a gentleman was shot dead. 3 days before he was shot dead, he had accepted the offer to go to rehab. But then an activist, homeless activist, came and told him he did not have to leave. It was his right to stay there and do the drugs, and they would provide him clean needles to do so, and he was shot and killed. The root of the problem is the monetization of homelessness. If you solve homelessness, how many people lose jobs? You have a homeless industrial complex paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't want the problem.
So that's the problem. So you get all these nonprofits that, and Joe Rogan's talked about it. It's the same problem in LA, same problem all over the place. There's these nonprofits that are created to solve the homelessness problem. But if this homelessness problem gets solved, the nonprofits have no reason to exist and they go away. So they want to perpetuate the problem just enough so they can, justify their existence. The problem is that it's gotten insanely out of control, and now everybody's looking at the nonprofits like, hey, what have you guys been doing? And then everybody's starting to look into their bullshit now and realize, like, holy crap, who have you actually helped? Oh man, maybe we're actually killing people, like, legitimately. Maybe the state of California is killing people. That's what progressive policies are doing, and you can't spin it any other way. When you give people the required tools to use fentanyl, you essentially make it legal. You don't prosecute the people where that they get the fentanyl from, and then you openly allow them to do it on the sidewalk. Yeah, you're killing people. It seems like you're doing it on purpose. It seems like you're perpetuating the problem and trying to kill people. Pete Grabber, what up, man? Nice to see you. It's insidious, and Seneca is exactly right there. So, yep. So, homelessness crisis in all over California, out of control. Oh yeah. So KTVU Fox 2 reports Oakland to offer parking discounts to encourage going out, to go outside, to encourage people to leave their homes in Oakland. The city of Oakland is going to offer parking discounts to encourage people to leave their homes. Oh man. They found a body in Lake Merritt. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This is on October 31st. There's a suitcase floating around in Lake Merritt, and they're like, hey, what's that? It was a body. It was a body that they found in Lake Merritt. Yep, that happened. So Luciano Carmono Garcia, 42 years old, dies after stolen Kia Sorento crashes into Pontiac Vibe and two parked cars near High Street and International in East Oakland, pinning him between those cars and severing his legs. So that's what that crime did. That's how that man died. He had his legs severed and died an excruciating death pinned between two cars, because that's how insane it's gotten. Man, I used to live in San Leandro, and I was so poor I had to go to check cashing places. I had to go to those check cashing places. You guys remember? I don't know if you guys ever had to. I don't know if you've ever been in that hole, but that's a whole other story. Those places prey on the poor like crazy. But anyway, I used to have to go to this check cash. I didn't even have a bank account, so I'd go to a check cashing place to get my checks cashed. And the only place I would be able to go was over on High and International, and it was straight hood. This was back in like it was like 2009, 2008, 2009, something like that. 2007, in those years, and it was hood as hell back then. I mean, I would, I'd get my check and it would be like, I don't know, $1,200 or whatever. And I would have $1,200 in cash, and I'm in the straight hood, and I got to walk out of this building to my car. And this is a check, like, people, they know what people are walking out when people are walking out with cash. So like, you're a target walking out. I legitimately would walk out with my blade in my hand, ready to go. And I was like, I was not playing back in, like, I don't know, I would not have wanted to. But like, shit was rough back then. I can't even imagine how gnarly International and High Street is now. But yeah, that's crazy. Okay, enough Oakland. I think we got some more California nonsense to get into. Oh crap! You know what? I'm out of time. Dang it! I only got another couple minutes here. So, man, I wanted to talk about some funny stuff, but I don't think we're gonna have time to. All right, let's see what else we got going on in California. Yeah, because I'm only going to do an hour now, guys. Hour seems like a perfect amount of time. I'm going to start doing a show every day starting next week. I'll talk about it more. But let's see. So this is from not the Bee. This is a real story. LA County wants its social workers to ask its kids as young as 10 about their sexual orientation. Okay. You know what's really funny? California just launched their Cal-covered socialist medical program. They just launched it a couple weeks ago or something. Like, open enrollment just started. And if you go to the web page and you go to sign up for it, it gives you two options. You have to either select male or female on the form, on the California medical form. So I thought that was funny. Male or female, they only give you two options on there. Peak grabber, you used your cash. Used to cash your checks at a Mexican jewelry store. $10 or go towards an item. Oh, that's interesting. Crazy. Yeah, when I was in Southern California, I used to go to this gas station, or not a gas station, just a liquor store. And they took like $25. It wasn't, yeah. KTVU Fox 2 reports that California is 100% drought free. I wonder if water bills are 100% drought free now. This is crazy. So, okay, this is what I'll end with. This is the last one. So, this is from Darren Rovell over on Twitter. 49ers defensive end Eric Armstead shares his game check. So, the numbers are out astronomical. It just breaks my brain. He makes $393,000 a game. It's just, you guys, I've never made $100,000 in a year, ever. He makes that every game. That's freaking insane to me. That is so insane to me. But that's not the most insane thing. The most insane thing is he pays 49% in tax. They take half his money. You California sports ball fans, if you wonder why a lot of players don't want to come here, well, California state tax, what are they taking? So California state tax, so just California Is that real? Just California, out of that one check, just the state of California took $40,000 from them. That's over 10%. That's insane. They took 40 grand from them. That's oh, California. Yep. This is why I'm running, folks. I want to try to turn that kind of stuff around. Like, get rid of the gas tax, repeal California. Imagine that. Imagine how much money Californians would save if all of a sudden overnight the California state income tax was gone and everybody got 10% more money on their paycheck all of a sudden. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's an instant raise. Imagine that. California, with how much money California's wasted on the bullet train, they can't justify a freaking income tax anymore. How much money of ours they've wasted, what our roads look like, the bullet train to nowhere, the fentanyl funding, everything California has done with our money, they have no right to take any more money from us. Like, I don't know if it's possible, but okay. The next year, you guys know I'm running for California State Senate. I've already said this episode. This next year, I'm going to be documenting the process. It's going to be a learning experience for me. And you guys are going to learn along with me. And that's what this show's kind of going to turn into a lot of. I'm still going to be talking about stories and things that I want to implement, but I'm going to be telling you guys like what I'm like, the whole process of what I'm going through. So you guys know that I went down to the clerk's office. I signed my intention letter, and then they give you a petition in lieu of signatures. And you have to go out and try and get 2,000 signatures. If you get 2,000 signatures, they verify them and it wipes your filing fee away. The filing fee is like 1% of the income of the position you're trying to get. So I got to come up with like $1,200 because I didn't get too many signatures. So that's what's next. So I turned in all my signatures. They got to count them, and they tell me what I owe them, and then I got to come out of pocket and pay it. So you guys know, like, I'm living off my savings. I'm spending all of my own money to do this. And I can't even say that I know I'm doing the right thing. I can't say that with 100%. I'm following my gut. And I mean, I've never been like a hardcore Bible thumper or anything, but I pray. I do. And I feel like I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, this next year is going to be documenting the process, and I'm going to be doing two things. I'm going to be sharing what I'm going to be learning the California state government in and out. Everything I can about it, I'm going to be sharing it with you. And I'm going to be continuing to tell you about the shenanigans that are going on in California and throughout our country. And I'm going to be documenting my process running for California State Senate. So yeah, that's it. And if I'm going to survive legitimately, if I'm going to be able to do this and not go homeless, I'm going to run out of my own money at some point. And it'll probably be sooner than later. So yeah, I really hope I get some help along the way. That's what I'm hoping on. Well, we'll see how that works out. But all right, that's that's about it. That's all I got for the night, I think. So stop sharing here. But that's crazy. They take freaking half his money. They take half his money. California's out of control. What up, Schizoid Man? Oh, you're in Santa Cruz. All right, I love it. Awesome. Well, you just got here at the end, man. Unless you've been watching. So thank you, everybody that hung out tonight. Terry Wallace, Pete Grabber, Justin, nice to see you. Schizoid Man, Raymond. Oh, dude. All right. So now you guys are joining the chat. I'm going to be doing more Twitter spaces coming up as well. I've only hosted a couple of them, so I'm just going to like start a Twitter space. I don't have an assistant host yet for stuff. I probably will down the road, but we're just going to talk about stuff. Ask me anything type spaces, have a political topic in mind, stuff that I just want to talk about. So thanks, Gizloid, man. It's scary. Yeah, it's scary putting it out on the line there. I don't have a website for my campaign set up yet. I am in the process of it. I'm running as a Libertarian Party, so I have to create all my own stuff. I have to create my own website. I'm doing this all on my own. This is an insane amount of work, and I don't know what I'm doing, so it's tough. Mises Costco. I'm not on Discord. I should be, huh? I probably should be. So I do like the Mises Caucus guys. So I do like all those guys. But yeah, so it's very busy. Yeah, I don't have a website set up, donations page set up yet or anything like that. Yeah, so donating to my campaign will be down the road. I'm just trying to get on the ballot first. So thank you, Terry Wallace. I really appreciate it. If you guys would like to support my work, there is if you go to my Twitter, there is a link in the bio, a Give, Send, Go that's set up. You can also, there's a donations link right on Twitter. You can tap it, brings you right to I think Cash App and Venmo or something like that. So if you guys would like to support my work, it's always extremely helpful. This is what I do for a living now. And yeah, I'm going to be doing it every day. So, and documenting the process, show my work. All right. You guys are great. Pete Grabber, Raymond, Scuzzled Man, Justin, Terry Wallace. You guys are the best. Love you guys. And, oh, jeez, it's been so long. I almost forgot. Before we leave, I got to tell a joke from the greatest book ever written, The Truth About Chuck Norris. Let's see what we have tonight. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'll get on Discord. I had a call with Adrian last night. Okay, I'll talk to him about it. DM me. All right, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what we got. Chuck Norris joke of the evening. I've read that one. That might be my favorite one. That one's hilarious. Okay. So it is commonly known that Eve was created from the rib of Adam, but few know that Chuck Norris was actually created using Adam's genitals. And on that note, folks, stay CaliBased. That was a good one.